Ron Rivera, the head coach, names Dwayne Haskins their starter for week 1. He said he's lived up to his part of our conversation in January. Because of that, I'm living up to mine. He deserves the opportunity. He's going to get my support. Hopefully we can ride it as long as I rode it with Cam.
Surprise, surprise.
Be a nice run. Yeah, as the camp sort of progressed, it became obvious to everybody that was reporting it that he was the clear-cut guy. It's interesting. I saw John Kimes' breakdown. I don't know. We're not having John on the show today, are we? But in John's 53-man roster breakdown, which I think we're going to go through later, he actually doesn't have Alex Smith on the roster. Now, it doesn't mean that he won't be part of the practice squad or whatever, because this year the rules are different. But clearly, Dwayne Haskins has been getting all the number 1 reps. He's been exuding all the confidence of the starter. They've been treating him that way, and this was just sort of a formality.
The offensive coordinator, Scott Turner, says he's impressed me with just his natural ability to throw a football. He's a natural passer. He's got a quick trigger. He doesn't need a lot of space to do it. Some of the plays that he made in tight quarters throwing the ball, that's kind of what jumped out to me over the course of this camp. So they were impressed. Rivera also talked about his leadership, and Rivera said that he challenged Haskins before camp, actually going all the way back to January, and he's lived up to everything that Rivera threw his way.
Right. Well, that sounds good.
Right.
I mean, they're just scrimmaging against each other all day. And the most of it's in shorts and a T-shirt. It's time to do it for real here.
And if you're a fan of the team, you'd want to hear that Haskins is the starter. You don't want to hear that he's not good enough to start, or Kyle Allen beat him out, or
it'd be a disaster.
Smith. Yeah.
If Kyle Allen beat him out, although I postulated in the offseason it's possible because Allen knows the system, they like him, but clearly Haskins did enough, and I think it says something. That he announced him, 10 days or so away from their opening game. So that was good.
But now he's going to have to deliver. And I know that when we have made our bets that are in the bet book back at 1015 Half Street in D.C., I didn't bet on Haskins playing 16 games, and it's not because of injury. I just think the offense is going to struggle, and as we've talked to people that have been watching practice every day, and it's not all going to be on the quarterback, but most believe that the offense is going to struggle. Because they just don't have weapons. They're weak on the offensive line, tight end, wide receiver. So Haskins is going to have to deliver, because I would guess at some point the coaching staff, they may like how he's acted, and they may like how he's performed in camp, as you said, EB, without any real live bullets. But if the team doesn't score enough points and they're losing games, I think they'll shake it up at some point. But Haskins, if he delivers, then it won't happen.
But why would you? Because you don't think that Kyle Allen is your long-term starter, right? I mean, maybe you give Alex a shot if
it just happens in the NFL. It happens.
Yeah. It's just so early Haskins, in his run.
Yeah, I could be wrong, you know, but Haskins isn't his guy. And let's say the team is trending towards what Vegas thinks, where the Redskins, the Washington football team, are going to be one of these teams who might have the top pick in the draft. Well, they might see enough from Haskins. Rivera, though, did praise him a lot. He also said that Haskins has to be ready to be like the head coach as the face of the franchise. In the same way the quarterback has improved his decision-making on the field, getting into position to deliver a good ball, he's become more poised and prepared.
Right.
So he kind of likes the way that Haskins approached it in the offseason, the way he's been in camp, the way he's been acting with the media and the press. My point is he's got to produce.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But, from what we read, and that's all we can base it off of, is that he matured. He matured as a player, on and off the field, and we'll see if that actually translates.
What I expect he's still so young and still so sort of inexperienced. I think he'll struggle, obviously, but I think that you will see over the period of the season gradual improvement, just like you saw last year towards the latter end of his start. So he's going to have moments where he's probably awful. He's going to have moments where he's pretty good, and hopefully, it kind of progresses in a nice linear fashion. But there will be ups and downs throughout it. But, look, he's your first-round pick. You can't just give him 4 starts and then shut him down, if they're starting out poorly.
No.
I think you got to just play him and ride it out.